All right, what's up, everyone? Final boss here, and we have our own Ira.
We out
What's
here.
up, Ira? And tell us what you did this past weekend, brother.
Got top 4 at a OTS 20 box tournament.
Cool. And with what deck? We're looking right at it.
Best deck, Ishizu 2.
Yeah, all right, cool. All right, brother. Before we start, you want to give any shout-outs?
Sure. This might be a little taboo, almost like shouting out both Yankees and Red Sox. We're going to first shout out the rival store, Easy Gaming, for hosting the tournament. They did a very good job.
Nice.
Also going to, of course, shout out the home store where we're at right now, Aconti TCG.
Yes, sir.
Best shop in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Tell somebody. And, of course, Team Final Boss, team I'm on. Also, shout out to Ruxin34 for helping me bling out this deck.
Ruxin, our boy. Okay, cool. All right, man. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the main deck.
All right. So starting off, I did some 2-of action. 2 Merly and 2 Rhino.
2 Merly, 2 Rhino? You want to explain the 2 Merly?
So in Pasadena, I was just maxing out on everything. 3's pretty much, if a card could be at 3, it was pretty much at 3.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try them at 2. Honestly, no difference at all.
Oh, okay. You didn't miss the third?
Never came up once.
Wow.
And honestly, just some of it was just I saw the top deck profiles at Pasadena doing. I was like, sure, I'll try it.
Yeah, and that's fair because you can always sprint the Merly if you really
Yep.
need it. So, yeah. All right, cool. Makes sense.
So-
And then 2 Rhinos, I know a lot of players have been on 2 because he's like a very vulnerable normal summon. So,
And
that makes
again,
sense.
never came back to bite me.
Cool.
It's just there. And then of course the 3-ofs, naturally.
Yeah.
Sheeran and best card never misses, naturally.
Having us never miss, yeah. The best hand trap.
But, pretty self-explanatory there. And then 2 Agito,
2
3
Agitos?
Kelbeck, and
Okay.
then of course 3 of each of the
Shufflers? Yeah, they're insane.
And honestly, this worked fine.
Okay.
A lot of times I was finding myself siding out one of these in the mirror match,
Right, yeah.
which I liked a lot.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense because a lot of times you don't really want to like Agito to resolve if you're in the mirror. Agito's less good compared to Kelbeck because Kelbeck can bounce back cards like Dweller and things like that.
And if I could run 6 of each of these, I would.
Oh yeah, best cards.
It's absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't matter what the matchup was.
Yeah, Keldo and Mudora always
even
has
against the Sword
effects.
Soul matchup, there was no 10 using Grave ever.
Right,
Just,
yeah.
Plays that I never thought about until playing a rogue matchup.
I agree.
They're really just good against
Yeah,
everything.
Keldo and Mudora make it to where rogues have such a hard time in this format. So yeah, I mean, really
Definitely.
nice. And then obviously in the mirror they put in their work. Yeah.
And then, and again, there's not too much else to say with these. This did come up as a hand trap.
Yeah.
I bounced a Guardian Chimera after shuffling back the polymerization that was engraved.
That's nice.
So
yeah.
so they just put in all the work. It really is just nice.
Yeah, man. All right,
And
next.
then something I was not playing at all in the main deck in Pasadena was some Bestials.
Okay, so pretty heavy, 6 Bestials.
And so in Pasadena, I sided 2 Pizza Hut and 1 Worm.
You
Here, I was just like, you know what, we're just going in.
Gonna almost max them out.
And
So 6 Bestials, how did that do for you?
so before I had a lot of fear of dark. I just
Yeah.
didn't want to have this in the grave
For your
ever.
opponent to use it, right.
But honestly, it's worth the risk.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
It just really is. They just overperformed, even against Flunder. You just put it on board when they shift for you. It's something.
Right,
it's not
and
great,
it's a body, yeah.
But it came up. I don't think it really had too much sway either way, but
Okay.
it definitely threw him off because I immediately had an out to barrier statue.
Oh yeah, right.
So-
And that's like a very big thing, especially in that deck, because now you can just deal with the barrier statue without normal summoning. So.
Yeah, so I just immediately forced battle phase. He had to use the trap.
Right.
So I was like, we're up.
This is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Not much to explain for Siren there. You just want a different name, DD Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, because before it was 3 of these, and I
Right.
was like, since they're all hard once per turn,
Why not?
I was like, need to kind of have some diversity with it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so pretty heavy buy show package.
And then just one of her.
Okay, one diviner, not two.
It's sane every time though.
Oh yeah.
And then 3 of this.
Okay, 3 orange lights. Pretty self-explanatory. Stops dweller, stops like everything.
And once again, only I think drew it twice the whole tournament.
Where it was live? Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay.
And both times it was just a bomb. Just an absolute bomb.
It's insane. I agree.
And this, I mean, it's on it. Ironically, one of the best mills in the deck. Like you mill it.
I think so
and then
too.
The amount of combo trees and ceiling of the deck just.
It just increases, yeah.
exponentially.
And I think that's why like there is argument to actually play the 2, because I always see people play 2, and that doesn't make sense because when you don't hit it, you wish you did.
Yeah.
So I agree.
In my case, since I cut down on my normal summons anyway,
Yeah.
I probably will try to use it at 2.
Okay.
But definitely no complaints from that card.
Okay. Cool.
And that's all for the main deck monsters.
Monsters. Okay.
And then the spells is super generic. 3
All right.
of that, 2 of this, which I was playing it at 3 in Pasadena.
Yeah.
Once again, 2's perfect.
Okay.
I
So you didn't miss the 3rd or want to
Nope.
play 1?
I was finding it too good to make it only 1 because a lot of times I was like even dumping it off of Kaleido Heart.
Right.
And so I would, if I could have one on the field, that's nice too.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And then of course the terraforming.
The 4th field spell. Yeah.
And then Heartbeat, which
Heartbeat.
I wasn't actually playing at all in Pasadena.
Okay.
Very good. I was shuffling back
Insane.
scales with it.
Oh,
it was just overperformed. Ironically, it's just
That's good.
I don't think I'd make it more than 1.
Right.
I liked it a lot though.
Yeah.
So I was like,
And it's good to have like a searchable main deck out to mine. So.
and then of course
the power spells.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be.
The card that should be banned.
Literally
yeah.
whatever. It definitely should be banned. And then the small trap lineup.
Okay.
1 crime.
1 crime. So you did
and
main.
2 sully.
Okay, so you did main deck the crime.
Yep.
Okay.
And, don't regret it.
Okay. You never felt like. I guess like it always like evenly proofs you and things like that. So.
It also is just like sometimes, and it's not why it's in here,
Right.
but I was finding late game, like because they keep buy-stealing you, and then you mill it, and it's like, cool, let's get that Sharon back.
Oh yeah, that's
and
true.
things like that. Or people kept banishing my only Kit Kat.
Oh,
And I was
right,
able
right.
to keep recycling it.
That's great.
So-
Yeah, I agree. Like that happens a lot, especially in like mirrors and just in this format. Like you have to just play to expect to be interrupted. There's no way.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's no way like you can combo without being interrupted. Okay, cool.
And then there's nothing to say about Sully.
Oh, yeah, Sully's so
should have been an
good.
ultimate rare already.
Okay, so how many cards was that in the main deck?
42 in the main.
42 in the main? Okay, cool.
And if I can figure out a way to get it to 40, I probably will.
Hey
but,
man, they say 42 is the new 40.
But,
It's okay.
Typically, I like decks that are 41 anyway.
41's
so
like strong.
42 is close enough.
Yeah.
Then for
Extra
the
deck?
extra deck,
Okay.
small link package, just the 2 elf, Sprend, and then of course dark.
Okay, pretty much staples for this deck, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is pretty much the power play with the diviner.
Yeah.
It just, even if for nothing else, but to just bring it out to put a shuffling grid.
Right.
Like it just comes up. Sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all for the links. And then, of course, 1 Kit Kat.
Okay.
I was playing it at 2 in Pasadena. It never came up in Pasadena.
Oh, the second one?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know you said you had just picked up the deck,
That too.
like at Pasadena, so you weren't sure like what your
Yeah,
ratios
my
wanted to be.
first
So it makes
tournament
sense.
using tier was at Pasadena.
At Pasadena, what a bold man. Okay, yeah, bro.
But it was fine at 1.
Yeah.
Like, it truly, it's
Especially
not
with
needed
crime,
anymore.
like
Yeah.
if it ever gets banished off of like cherries, you can always get it
And
back.
of course, Mud Dragon.
Mud Dragon.
Put in more work than it usually does, like the making so things can't be targeted came up.
Oh yeah, Mud Dragon in the mirror is like insane.
Like there was one game I elected to instant fusion this instead
Rather
of
your
Kit
kit?
Kat
Wow.
because I just felt like that was and it
That's
did
pretty
kind of
good.
come up.
Yeah.
He didn't have a clean out because all his stuff targeted.
That's crazy. Yeah, and Mud Dragon is like you can use it for Dweller if you choose to instant fusion it out. So it's really good.
Actually, in the round 3 mirror, my opponent did that to me. and it again came up on
It was-
my turn.
it was-
He kept
it
it,
was-
up the entire turn.
It was tough.
Because obviously most of the tier stuff targets.
Targets, yeah.
So I was like,
that's not a secret. Yeah.
not bad.
Okay, cool.
And then, of course, the could be super poly targets, but typically are not anymore.
Yeah.
You get nothing more to be said about these. Just
Yeah, and I think Dragus
really good
Apelia is like
fusions.
very important because he makes it to where you can put these two back easier,
Yes,
like way
or-
easier. So
or really anything.
yeah, honestly, he's that
Which
good.
then, of course, the boss monsters.
Yeah.
Just insane whenever they come
Oh
out.
yeah, Kaleidoheart and Recallers. You never need more than one, of course. It's
Nope.
the staple to play just one. So.
For sure.
And they're insane boss monsters for the deck.
But once again, really not a lot left that needs to be said about these. They're
Oh, yeah.
good every time you see them, and then if you pair them with the trap, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
Then something I was trying for this was gigantic.
Gigantic. So this is your spice for this tournament.
So it really only came up as I intended it once, and that was I just had extra bodies, just where I could kind of just make this for free, and I did just to summon out the diviner to dump a shuffler.
Oh, okay.
That's really all the game plan was for it.
Right.
Also for some stuff inside, technically.
Oh yeah.
But it did its thing. It also, whenever you bring it out in this deck, it's pretty much always a 3200.
Right.
Basically, only ever bring it out with Elf.
Elf, yeah.
So that also comes up sometimes.
Right, I can see that because 32
so-
can beat over like the tiers.
Yep.
Just himself, yeah. So, that's really good.
I like it. I don't know if it's gonna stay in, but I like it enough.
Yeah, and it goes to show how important the shufflers are, Mudora and Keldo. Like how insane
sure.
they are that like
Definitely.
you're willing to like commit into Diviner just to mill them. So yeah.
And then the two ranked 4s.
Okay.
I'm still on Time Thief. Still think it's kind of crazy, like when they kind of.
Is this
shuffle
is this it?
for the ranked 4s?
Okay, no Boguskas?
That'll come later.
Okay, cool.
This I still find comes up just the weird interactions, like they stop your turn. So all right, I'll just put a Sheeran under it, and we'll just do
I
it on your
agree.
turn.
Yeah,
then.
like Time Thief, I always want to have room for Time Thief. It's just hard to like make room for Time Thief, but
And
Time Thief does
locally,
allow you to play.
They love trap decks locally.
Oh yeah, our
So-
locals does play a lot of traps. I don't understand why, but yeah. So Time Thief is insane when you're playing against trap decks, especially when he can steal a trap.
Yes.
And Dweller needs no explanation because
Yeah,
Dweller
literally
is Dweller. The god card this
Another
format.
card that should be named.
Oh yeah, he's insane. He's the best card of this format.
Beatrice.
Beatrice, okay.
Put it in just because I have a larger
Bistro
bistro
count?
package this
Yeah.
time. Didn't really come up this tournament,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely could see where it would.
Oh yeah, especially with
100%.
Diviner and Garura just being
Exactly.
like sixes. So yeah, for sure.
And then Zeus.
Oh, the Zeus.
And so Zeus is definitely an MVP. Probably the only cool story I even have from this tournament.
Okay.
And so it was round 5 against the Draco Slayer.
Okay, Swiss.
Yeah, and this
Okay.
was game 2. So I had won game 1. So he was going first game 2. And he pretty much, for the most part, full comboed.
Okay.
He ended on an unknown face down in the back row. Apollosa, number 38, just in defense, the Magispectre Draco Slayer, which frankly, I think he was probably trying to go for a rank 4 play.
Another
and
one?
then found he didn't have enough extension to
Oh,
get there.
yeah, he didn't have another
And
level 4
then-
body.
And then also Necro Valley. So
Necro
I was
Valley?
like,
He Necro Valley too?
so he kind of had everything up.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't really know what I was going to do to that man.
Right.
So I draw for turn, and he just shotguns Dimension Barrier. That was the unknown set.
Oh, so he de-barriers you.
And of course calls Fusion, because he
Fusion,
knew
yeah,
what I was
Tears,
on at this
yeah.
point. And so in my starting hand, I had Super Poly. So I chain Super Poly. Get rid of the Apo and the Draco Slayer for Mud Dragon. The card I pitched off of the Super Poly was a Kelbeck. So I was like, why not mill 5?
Right.
I hit a Sulliek. I also hit some tier names, but obviously couldn't use them.
Right, because we're under dwelling.
So hit a Sulliek, I do Sulliek, grab Hobness. From there, I just go
We're under
straight
barrier.
into battle phase. Attack the number 38, and then I go to main phase 2. Special summon the one of the Ishizu level 4s that was in hand.
Yeah.
Normal to Rhino. just went into another rank 4, went to Zeus, cleared the board, and
That's so
the number
cheap.
38 didn't do anything. Necro Valley didn't do anything. His turn, plays one of his normal summons, Havinous. Havinous, like I said, never misses.
Never misses?
And that was it.
Oh my gosh. So Zeus actually stealing that game.
And then
And you
after
said
the
Super
match,
Poly. You don't have Super Poly in the main deck, I noticed.
also correct.
Okay. So we will see that later.
And after the match, he was like, I wasn't expecting Zeus. So I was like, fair. And then, of course, Baron.
Baron, yeah.
And literally nothing to be
Such
said
a
about
good
this
card.
one. Just
Yeah.
Even the tag out for Baron's insane.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And then for the side deck, 3 additional Super Poly targets.
Okay. Yeah. Our extenders.
No other reason
the
that
best
they would be
extenders
in
in the
here.
game. Yeah.
2 tactics, mostly for the mirror, somewhat for Flunder.
Yeah. Was that ever live for you? Like, did you ever?
Mostly
did you draw
not.
ever?
I actually didn't even draw it.
Yeah,
But
I
even
figured.
if I had it, I was like, there wasn't even an instance where I felt like I needed it. But that said, it's not going anywhere.
Right, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna keep playing it.
Oh yeah, especially with like the Ishizu cards being around, you can force them to like run into
Yes,
tag.
they're always activating on your turn.
Right, exactly.
So, then 3 droplet.
Okay, how did that do?
That actually came up strangely enough, even in the mirror. I don't have it in the mirror, but I was like, I'm just gonna try it. That's kind of what this turnabout was about for me. I was like, I'm just trying to try things.
Yeah.
And
Droplets never misses too. It's
honestly,
so good.
it was kind of insane.
Right.
And then I even put it in the Flunder match, of course, mostly
Yeah.
so I can send the Millers off of it.
Oh yeah.
And so then you're just going at that point.
Right, I agree.
And then Super Poly only came up
There it
once,
is.
but when it came up, we won that
It was
game.
the Zeus game, yeah.
That was
That's
literally
so
it.
funny. Cool, man.
And then 3 Twin Twister, same logic, discard a Miller, and then just seems like extra value. Never
yeah.
came up. I did set it in for the Flunder match, but I never drew it, didn't need it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Twin Twisters right now, especially in this format, is probably way better than Cyclone.
And
So.
then the last card was Babuska.
There he is. So
Also
we do
for
have
Flunder.
Baguska. Okay.
Didn't have to make it, but I wanted to have it somewhere.
Right. Yeah, you gotta respect like the Flunders, like as annoying as the
And
deck
Sword
is.
Soul, evidently.
Oh yeah. True.
Yep. But
All right,
that's the
all
deck
right.
profile.
Yeah, man. Thank you again. And do you want to go through your matchups?
Sure. So round 1 was the Ishizu Naturia deck.
Oh.
We 2-0'd that.
Okay.
Round 2 was Flunder. That did go to game 3. They won the dice roll, but we were able to get through it. Round 3 was the Mirror, and that was a draw.
Okay.
Round 4 was Sword Soul, and I just got clean clapped up. I got 2-0 quick.
Sword Soul.
I do not remember. I just blanked on how to play against the deck. So that was a swift 2-0
That's
on me.
funny. Yeah. You didn't even
And
try.
then Round 5 was the Draco Slayer, and I 2-0'd that.
Okay.
Then first round of Top Cut was another Mirror.
Okay. And that was the team kill, right?
Yes.
Okay,
And
that was the team kill.
We took it in time, hitting both the Scatter Shot and the Ladybug, I think.
Oh gosh.
So,
Insurance.
it's how it goes.
Yeah.
And then finally I lost to Branded Ice Jill, which was the guy that ultimately won the tournament.
Okay. Cool, man.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ira.
Yep,
Thank you for the deck
absolutely.
profile. And this is Johnson with Team Final Boss. Out.